On a wonderful fall afternoon in the state of Texas, the roof is open, and we've got football from NRG Stadium in Houston. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports.
I couldn't take the chance. This will be returned from the goal line. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28. Now ETN to start the drive. And only able to get two here. Stopped at the 30. You look at the defense for these Texans. They were very good in the win over Dallas a week ago.
One thing you always look for when you're evaluating a defense, how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get? How about last week's game? The number was 6. Phenomenal performance.
That one complete downfield to Kirk. Room to maneuver at the 35. Down the left sideline. And he's going to be pushed out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 61 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
Here's where we need to see some tenacity from this defense, because they've been pushed right down the field on this opening drive. They've got to find some way to push back, and that's a good first step.
Now Lawrence. Well, throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early, but it proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
Can this defense get the stop on the opening drive? Here's 3rd and goal.
Here's Lawrence to throw.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Able to hold him to just 2 yards, and now it's 4th and goal.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well, because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Had just the one big play on the drive, but that was enough to put him in field goal range.
Yeah, one big play of what they hope will be many others throughout the game. Every team has a different target for the number of plays like that, those explosives that we talk about. That allowed him to put points on the board on that drive. Let's see how the rest of the game goes.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
They run for the first time with Ty Chandler.
Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
These two teams matching up for the second time this year. Their first meeting back in October, week 6, and it was the visiting Texans who came away with a victory. So they'll look to take the season series if they can win here in Houston.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He finds his man complete. That's Chandler. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down.
The Texans at 8-2 on the year. And they come in as a team that looks like a well-oiled machine getting ready for the postseason. Winners at 8 of their last 10.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
They'll look to throw here on first down.
That's complete to Chandler on the check down.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. On first down, he'll drop to throw.
And this one too low.
He was looking for Chandler that time, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
You look at this Jaguar defense.
They put together a strong effort last week in the win over the Bears, CD.
And they needed to be because their offense struggled throughout the game. Sometimes as a defense, you're not just shutting down the opposing team's offense, but you're outplaying their defense as well. And that's what they did in the last game.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Throw left side complete. That's Thomas. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
This defense for the Jags, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
And they needed to be because their offense struggled throughout the game. Sometimes as a defense, you're not just shutting down the opposing team's offense, but you have to outplay their defense as well. And that's what they did in their last game.
Green now from the gun on 3rd down.
He's got his target. That's complete.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. On the ground, this is Joe Mixon. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And he's got his man on the out route. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
Well, no question, this is exactly how they wanted to start this football game. And nice pass there. And now they're set up beautifully, Charles, to finish this off with a touchdown.
Yeah, but they've still got to finish it off, partner, and that means they've got to execute at this stage of the field. So we've seen many teams march it right to the goal line and not cash in. They got something dialed up here that puts it in the end zone.
That's a gain of 7, and we'll leave them with 2nd and goal coming up.
And that's something you have to get ready for defensively because in today's NFL, teams will use their wide receivers on jet sweeps, end arounds. They'll move it back in the backfield and make them running backs. Partner, this was much more of a tap pass, but effective nonetheless.
And I think both guys love it. If you're a quarterback, it's an easy completion. If you're a wide receiver, you get the easy reception and also a chance to try to make a play with your feet.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. And this is not going to do it as he stopped at the 2-yard line. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Back to throw. Green. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line.
Brought down by Trayvon Walker on the pass rush.
And his kick here is good. And that will tie us at 3-3. So matching field goals on our opening 2 drives.
Yeah, it feels like 2 boxers feeling each other out here in the early going of the game, right? Exchanging some jabs, but none of the heavy stuff just yet.
Each team with a possession, each team with